Hey, what's going on, everybody? FullFrontage here. Today, bringing you all a Clash Mini video, and in today's video, we're going to talk about improvements that Clash Mini should be making to push their game closer to global launch. I know there's a lot of discussions going on around the community about a bunch of different topics, so we're going to tackle some of those topics today in this video and talk about how Clash Mini can get closer to its global launch. First thing we're going to talk about is hero progression. This has definitely been a topic in the community in terms of we don't like the 3 resources. I think it should be 1. I did release a video talking about how there's a big flaw in the current progression system, and it's likely because there's too many resources. If you just make it 1, it's much more easier, and I'm going to talk about a couple things of why it's much more easier. So the first thing would be it's just simpler. It doesn't confuse people a lot. It doesn't make resources feel wasted. If your hero is over level 5, common shards literally mean nothing to you, so it becomes a wasted resource until a new hero comes out, obviously, but at that point it doesn't feel worth it. You don't feel rewarded when you get something that you can't use, so you're basically taking introducing a resource to have it literally mean nothing. So I think it's just much better if there's 1 resource, and if they create 1 resource, it's much easier for Supercell to implement more levels into the future if needed. Because what happens when level 20 is introduced? Do we get a 4th hero resource? What happens when level 25 isn't? Like, say the game goes global and it gets to that point. Do we really need 5 resources to upgrade heroes? No, it'd be much easier if there was just 1 resource to upgrade heroes. And this is kind of the idea of how upgrading would work per level if there was 1 resource in the game. So starting at level 1, it would be 5 shards. And then it would go up in increments of 5 up until level 10. So it'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, so on. At level 10, it would be 50 shards to get your hero up to level 10. And then it would go up in increments of 10. Level 11 would be 60, 12 would be 70, 13 would be 80, 14 would be 90, and 15 would be 100. This totals to 675 shards to max out 1 hero, and 5,400 shards to max out all the heroes that are in the game currently, which is 8. Now that does sound like a lot, but if you think about it, you currently need 290 shards of 3 different rarities to max out a hero. So you could collect 500 shards and still not have a maxed out hero. So just increasing it ever so slightly so that it's just 1 general resource would be much better, and it doesn't make it feel like a wasted resource in the game, kind of like gold is. Gold is currently like the most useless resource in Clash Mini, in my opinion, because the only thing you can really spend gold on is if you get lucky in the shop and you can exchange gold for hero shards, which sometimes you get hero shards that you can't even use, so you're basically exchanging a useless resource for a useless resource. And then the only other use for gold is to buy star shards, which upgrades minis, and you could probably max out your mini collection 2 weeks after a season reset. And so it just gold just kind of feels useless, and I haven't really thought of a good case for it. I know Enchantin has been vouching for like grand challenges, so one of my ideas is like maybe gold is an entrance fee to grand challenges, and it's just that's how it is. It costs like 2,500 gold to enter in grand, I don't know, some number to enter into a challenge where it's not so common that people can just grind constant challenges with a free resource, but it would make it more enticing because then people can earn extra rewards for spending their gold if they play well. So maybe that's Enchantin's golden ticket idea, and it actually just uses gold because right now gold is a wasted resource, in my opinion. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Also, I'm going to be playing in a $10,000 Omega Strikers tournament. Omega Strikers is a new game that just went out into beta. If you're familiar with Brawl Stars and Brawl Ball, it's kind of like this, but it's a lot more intense with different striker abilities and things like that. So I'm going to be streaming it on my Twitch channel. Link is going to be in the description below. Make sure you check it out, and if we win, maybe I'll do some mini pass giveaways for the next season in the community. So come cheer me on Twitch. That'll be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Again, Twitch link is in the description below. All right, next up, let's talk about fun boxes. I think Kairos said it best. Fun boxes are just not fun. If you buy a fun box with gems currently, it's approximately $4 US to get 1 box, and you can get duplicates from them. I'm okay if duplicates stay in fun boxes, but fun boxes should only be purchasable with crystal coins. If a player spends money, they should be guaranteed to get something new from a fun box. So if they keep fun boxes purchasable, remove duplicates from the purchased fun boxes, and they should be guaranteed to get something new. What that something new is, that can still be random, but it should be something new if players are spending money, hands down. And also, I'm okay if duplicates stay in, but it needs to be crystal coins only. And the current compensation for crystal coins in terms of what you get from a fun box is just not good. I think emotes should reward 150 crystal coins, which would be half the cost of a crystal coin purchasable box, instead of 25. That way when they spend it, they get half the cost back for getting a duplicate, because they just risk spending it and then they have to grind another 300, which kind of feels useless to me. Mini skins should definitely reward 300 crystal coins back. You spend 300 crystal coins, you get a duplicate mini skin that you already have, you get the 300 crystal coins back, you can roll again. The odds are already low to get a mini skin, so it doesn't really matter that much. And then if you get a hero skin that's a duplicate, you should get 600. So you get the cost of the box that you spent back, and you get an additional box on top of that, because the hero skin drop rates are even lower. They're like 2 point something percent, I think. It's between 2 and 4%, which is an insanely low amount. So there can still be like a select pool of skins and emotes that can be unlocked from crystal coins. Crystal coins were kind of introduced as a cosmetic resource within the game, and they were mainly used to unlock crystal skins. But since they've been introduced to unlocking fun boxes, then in my opinion, you can't purchase crystal coins from the shop, so why are you purchasing something to purchase cosmetics that are spendable with crystal coins? If crystal coins are a cosmetic resource, let them be the cosmetic resource, and let fun boxes only be purchasable with crystal coins. And that way, crystal coins are earnable as a free-to-play player, because you can't purchase them in the shop. So let that be the skin pool and the emote pool for free-to-play players, and then you can introduce other emotes in the shop and other skins in the shop that are purchasable with gems or money. I think you need to keep the two separate. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And next, jumping into one of the most controversial topics in the community right now, the skin prices. They're just too expensive. There was a stage channel the other day discussing this with Vlad and Fan from Supercell. And I did hear something that made me a little concerned, honestly. One of the things that Fan had described, and maybe I misunderstood this, or it wasn't explained as clearly as maybe he wanted it to be. But he had said something along the lines of like, skins need to be priced higher because they're trying to make a progression system of heroes and minis cost less. So they need to make up for costs by implementing higher purchasable cosmetics. I just don't agree with this at all. Prices of skins should not reflect how players progress within the game. I know Clash Mini progression isn't comparable to like Brawl Stars, Clash Clans, and Clash Royale, like Fan had brought up in the stage channel, and it literally does cost thousands of dollars to max out an account. Before in Clash Royale, when like it first came out and you needed to max out an account, it literally cost $25,000, but they hadn't changed the price of their economy of really much. Like Clash Royale has offers and prices in the game that are fairly reasonable, and yes, their progression costs a lot, but they've also introduced ways that makes free-to-play progression so much better than when you had to spend $25,000 to max out your account. You can spend way less now and max out your account because of how they introduce progression in the game. So I don't agree with the sense that like you need to overcharge for skins because you're making your game free to play. There are free to play games out there that have skins that aren't overpriced. Valorant, League of Legends, Marvel Snap. There are different cosmetics you can get in those games of different tiers, and they're not overpriced. They're $5, $3, $10, $12. Like there's different tiers for them, and it's not insanely overpriced, and it's solely up to the player on whether or not they want to spend that money. Like I personally would not want to spend more than $12 on an in-game skin. I play a lot. I've probably played over 100 hours of Valorant. Haven't purchased a single skin. Do I like the skins? Yeah, they look pretty cool. But I'm not as attached to the game, so I don't need to buy skins. Like, I haven't seen... Like, the skins are really cool, and I'd be like, wow, that's a really cool skin, and then I just forget about it. But, like, if I invested more of my time in Valorant, then maybe I would purchase skins, but I wouldn't purchase a skin that was over $12, in my opinion. So, if Clash Mini does introduce, like, a tiered skin system, this is what I think should be implemented. Static emote, which is just the basic emote, should cost $1. Dynamic emotes, which are like GIF animated emotes, should cost $2. A basic mini skin should cost $3. A premium mini skin should cost $5. A basic hero skin should cost $7. And a premium hero skin should cost $10. And by premium, I mean like extra visual and sound effects that are introduced, kind of like the Jolly Barbarian King skin. That should be a $10 skin. So kind of using that as an example, the Clashmas skins. Like I said, right now, Jolly Santa Barbarian King is a $15 US skin. And for a casual player who might spend some money here and there, they see that, no thanks. Even if they know it has sound effects, no thanks. You're at that point, you're really only appealing to a consumer who absolutely loves the holiday season. If they're so invested in it and Clash Mini is one of their favorite games, then maybe that $15 skin is worth it for them. But you're really targeting that specific demographic, and you're not targeting your wider player base. I really think if the King skin was $10 and the mini skin were $5, that so many more people would be buying that. Like, if those were the prices, let me know down in the comment section below if you would buy that. If this King skin was $10 and all the mini skins were $5, would you buy all the skins? Would you buy just the King skin? Would you buy just the mini skins? Would you buy a select amount of skins? Let me know down in the comment section below, but I can almost guarantee that 100 people buying a $15 skin is not as appealing as 1,000 people buying a $10 skin. You can do the math. The 1,000 people buying the $10 skin is way better. So that's just my thought. I don't agree with the fact that he was saying that because they're trying to make a better progression system that they need to charge more for skins. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think if you have a fairly priced cosmetic economy, that more people are enticed to buy your skins than seeing an overpriced skin. So many more people will just pass that offer up in the shop. Next up is raids, and I think raids are a really tough one to tackle. I know there have been some interviews with Vlad and trying to say like, oh, they want to introduce like different raid streaks and different raid bosses, but I think it's to the point right now where raids might need to be scrapped and turned into something more intriguing. I mean, they can keep raids if they're willing to put the time and effort into developing them, but I think there's something more intriguing for clans there, and the idea that I came up with is Clan Rumbles. Clan Rumbles is a concept that I thought about as a new game mode and a new way to interact with your clan. The way Clan Rumbles would work is kind of as follows. Leaders or co-leaders would be able to queue up into a Clan Rumble. Your clan gets matched against one other clan. Your clan has 24 hours from the start to complete 3 Rumble games per player. So you have 20 people in your 30 people now. You got 30 people in your clan, 3 games per player. Your clan can play up to 90 games. And the points you earn for your clan depends on how you do in the Rumbles. If you place 5th to 8th, you get 1 point. 3rd to 4th, you get 2 points. Second, you get 3 points. And first, you get 5 points. I'm not really sure how the rewards would work just yet, but this is kind of my first thought. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If your clan wins a Rumble, you get 50 crystal coins, 5 gems, 5 hero shards, and 1 skill shard. If your clan loses, you get half that. So 25 crystal coins, 3 gems, 3 hero shards, 1 skill shard. So either way, you get 1 skill shard. You can also reward players for playing in raids every day of the week by introducing Rumble streaks. If a player in the clan, you have to stay in the same clan. If a player in the clan plays 6 days of Clan Rumbles, on their 7th day streak, they can double their rewards. So if your clan loses, you get the basic rewards instead of getting half rewards, if you're able to earn your clan 7 points. So you have to perform well to earn the double rewards. So it entices players to stay active in the clan and also do well on their, specifically on their 7th day streak. So they have to complete all 3 battles per day for 6 days. Maybe you can tweak that so that way it doesn't feel like a chore. Maybe you can turn it down to 4 days. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. But I think there should be a streak where your rewards double And if your clan wins, then you get double the win reward. So you would get 100 crystal coins, 10 gems, 10 hero shards, and 2 skill shards. I think that's a much more enticing way to reward people for staying active in the clan, for interacting with the clan, and playing in clan rumbles. And it's just like a really cool new way to chat with players, learn the game a little bit more, and become better at the game. And also, with this, you could introduce a clan rumble leaderboard, and the clans who earn the most points in their clan rumbles climb up the leaderboard, and their points are totaled, and that's what makes up the clan rumble leaderboard. So let me know what you think of this idea down in the comment section below. And the last thing is everyone's favorite RNG in the game, Gizmos. There are a couple things I'd really like to see change with Gizmos after playing a lot more. And I'm going to present a few options, although one thing is for sure, in Rumbles, everybody needs to have the same gizmos. It is so frustrating to start with the gizmos that you have, and then you go to the bracket stage, and the gizmo that you chose is just not even remotely close to what you need it to be to counter your opponent. And that is just the most frustrating thing ever, because you have no idea what your opponents are going to be playing later on, so you don't know if the gizmo you're choosing is the right option. It's only the right option for the first round, which literally makes no sense. I don't know. So that needs to be changed for sure. It's very frustrating. So these options are what I think should be done with gizmos. The first option could be to let 2 players bring their own gizmos to battle. Let the players choose. They bring 2, duel or rumble, but your opponent doesn't know what gizmos they brought, but it's still only 2. So you're choosing the 2 before it starts. So that way it still has that kind of sense of like you're essentially choosing the gizmo that best synergizes with your hero, and it makes it better. So you can have a synergy, and then, okay, what counters my hero and what gizmo is best against my hero's counter? And then you introduce that kind of play. Because if you, right now, if you queue into, like, kind of talking about that random aspect with rumbles, sure, you could have all the gizmos that none synergize the best with your hero. And then you're like, okay, well, this is, I guess, the next best option. But then that gizmo also doesn't counter your hero's counter. So if you get neither of those options in a rumble or a duel, then you're really in a bad place for that round, and you're probably gonna lose. It's a higher chance, it's not guaranteed, but it's a higher chance that you're gonna lose if you get a gizmo that's not relevant to your strategy at all. So letting players choose 2 gizmos to bring into battle, I think would be a cool option. Next one is going to be keep what it currently is, where it's just 3 random gizmos, but you can move the gizmos after they've been placed. This way, if you're going up against a monk or world champion, and you have a world champion and your gizmo's all the way in the back, maybe you want to move your gizmo up so that way your gizmo is kind of tanking for your royal champion, but maybe in a certain situation that you needed it in kind of further back because I don't know. There are just so many different factors that being able to move your gizmos in between rounds would make it a lot more strategic in terms of placement, and kind of being able to utilize your gizmo as a shield. And especially like training camp, for example, once it's placed, you're kind of stuck there. Like, you have to place something next to the training camp. You can't shift it around, shift your strategy and things like that. So I think that would be a really cool way to kind of remove some of the RNG aspects with gizmos. The third option is essentially the same as the second one, which is keep random, but you can move it in between rounds. But you'd also be able to switch which gizmo you played on a round you lost. So for example, if both of the players have rocket and I lose the round, I can switch rocket for Saint Mirror or Mucho Puncho or Hot Pot or Sauna. And I was like, this actually didn't work. Maybe I need to play Sauna instead, and I can switch it out and put the Sauna in. So you still get the 3 random gizmos, but you can move it, and you can also switch it out after you lose a round. The way this would balance out is in round 5, because obviously in round 4 there's a winner and a loser. In round 5, both players get to switch their gizmos. So that way it kind of doesn't really matter. Maybe that's not the best. Maybe you guys would rather see just every round you can switch gizmos, you can move gizmos. but they're still random. Let me know which idea you think is the best down in the comment section below. So that's going to do it for this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like, share for more content, and don't forget to turn that notification bell so you don't miss any more videos, and check out these videos over here. YouTube thinks you'll like them, and they're pretty good videos. So let me know all your thoughts about what I discussed in this video, and let me know everything down in the comment section below. But I will talk to y'all in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later.